A 77-year-old man stops 3 criminals in their tracks.
I said, I done got him blocked in. He can't go nowhere.
The quick action he took to protect his family.
It only takes seconds for you to become the next victim. The thieves preying on drivers at the pumps.
And it is the most dangerous curve at the Olympics. Crashes costing some of the athletes medals.
Live from Atlanta, 11 Alive at 6 starts now.
Oh my God!
It is horrific. First tonight, the phone video that you are watching taken inside a South Florida high school classroom. We are now tracking down new information on the breaking news there, where a suspected teenage gunman has just been identified.
It's really hard to watch that. The Associated Press is citing a federal official saying the young man behind the gun was Nicholas Cruz, a former student, maybe 18 or 19 years of age. And this is video that was watched all across the country today as students were running to safety. This happened right around dismissal time at Douglas High School, and that's in Parkland, Florida, just northwest of Fort Lauderdale. This is a large school, sprawling campus, some 3,200 kids reporting to classes there. The sheriff's office is saying there were multiple deaths, at least 14 victims with injuries. Those victims were understandably taken to the local hospitals. One student says the identification of the gunman is not surprising.
A lot of the kids predicted that, they threw jokes around saying that he would be the one to shoot up the school, but it turns out that, this was predicted and it came to real life.
Video of the suspect right now, if you can see that, taken to the hospital after being arrested at a home very close to the school. The SWAT teams are still working to clear every building on that campus, and they're going room by room, Jeff.
Our newsroom now digging for new information on the breaking story that we have been covering over the last couple of hours. We will continue to share updates on 11alive.com as well as on our social media pages. Tonight on the late feed after the Olympics, how to survive a mass shooting. It is information you need to know for you and your family.
He knew that I would take him down one way or the other because I knew him and he knew me. And he always runs.
New at 6, a brave 77-year-old homeowner in Walton County taking some dramatic action to stop 3 burglars and to protect his family. He managed to block the suspects in his driveway with his minivan. Tonight, he walked 11 Alive's Chris Hopper step by step through those moments that may have saved his life.
When Victor Williamson pulled up to the front of his house, he knew something was wrong. There was a truck he didn't recognize in the driveway and 2 people sitting inside it he didn't know. And instead of driving on by like a lot of us would, he pulled into the driveway, blocked in the truck, made sure to get out of the car, get his family to safety, and then he called 911.
His truck was sitting right here. His truck was sitting here, and I went around, backed in behind him.
Oftentimes we ask ourselves, why? Why would someone do what they did in a stressful situation?
No, I wasn't worried after I told my wife and my daughter and my grandbaby to go in the house.
Tonight, the why is easy to understand after spending a few minutes with Victor Williamson.
Because I know how to handle stuff. I mean, I'm cool and calm, and when somebody gets me angry, I ain't been angry in quite a few years. And when I get angry, no one likes me.
Monday, Victor managed to stop a burglary in progress at his Walton County home.
Well, just tell them to come out here, ma'am. I'm blocking them now in my drive. They ain't got it, and they ain't going nowhere. I got them blocked.
The Walton County Sheriff's Office posted this picture on Facebook. It's Victor's minivan blocking the suspect's truck in his driveway. Police arrested Christopher Bishop, Anthony Lewis, and Caroline Benkoski for trying to steal tools and guns from Victor's home.
The main object I was after, to block them in, keep them here till the police got here.
Victor says he knows Bishop. He used to date his daughter, and he says someone broke into his house the exact same way 3 months ago. But tonight, he can sleep a little easier, knowing the burglars he stopped in their tracks are behind bars.
I say you don't know people. You think you know people, but you don't know people.
The 2 men were charged with burglary and also being convicted felons in possession of firearms. The woman was charged with being a party to the crimes that took place. They're all in the Walton County Jail tonight. In Walton County, Chris Hopper, 11 Alive News.
8 seconds. Doesn't seem like a long time, but that is just enough time for a thief to pull up to a gas station and steal a woman's purse from her car while she is busy pumping gas. The crime caught on video, caught on camera, and just one of several thefts reported across Metro Atlanta. And as John Schierick is reporting, it happened so darn fast, victims don't even realize they've been targeted.
They're fast and they're quiet. And in seconds, while you're pumping gas, looking away, they grab what they can and run.
Their goal is to go as quickly as possible and get away.
Sunday morning in Douglasville, at this Murphy USA gas station on Thornton Road, two men drive up to a car at the pumps. They see the woman who is pumping gas is facing away from her car. One of the men opens the woman's unlocked passenger door, grabs her purse, her cash, credit cards, and the thieves drive away before she knows what hit her.
They're looking for people who aren't paying attention and have their cars unlocked while they're pumping gas.
Douglasville Police Major J.R. Davidson says the two men struck again on Sunday at a racetrack on Highway 5. An officer chased them east toward Atlanta on I-20. They were in a silver SUV, no tag, possibly stolen, driving faster than 100 miles an hour. Traffic was too heavy for the officer to try a pit maneuver to stop them. He had to end the chase, and the men got away. Police say possibly the same two men are the ones who struck this QT on Paces Ferry Road in Vinings this past Friday. The woman pumping gas not realizing they are stealing her purse. Police believe the men have struck at least 6 times at gas stations in Metro Atlanta since January 27th. Cobb County Police Sergeant Wayne Delk.
They're not just hitting one and then being done. They're moving from location to location. The thing that sticks out to me the most is how fluidly, how quickly they are able to do this. And that's one of the reasons they've been termed sliders, because they tend to slide out of that vehicle into the victim's vehicle and slide right back into the suspect vehicle. And they're gone before the victim even realizes anything is amiss. Lock your doors.
The hope is that the next victim or witness will get a good look at the crooks and call police with their descriptions. In Cobb County, John Schierick, 11Alive News.
You could be paying more for your Uber or Lyft ride if state lawmakers go through with a plan to add a tax on rideshare companies. 50 cents for each ride would go toward mass transit projects all around the Atlanta region. Tonight, we want to know, would you be willing to pay 50 cents more to improve transit options? Our live poll happening right now at 11alive.com/vote, and we are keeping the poll up through this story so that you can see the results in real time on the screen as people cast their votes. Taking a look at it right now, it is yes at 65%, no at 35%. Our Doug Richards reports from the state capitol on whether lawmakers can get behind this new tax.
At first, it was about consolidation, putting under one umbrella the myriad of Metro Atlanta transit systems that go from Atlanta to Cobb and Gwinnett and beyond. But now it's about funding transit expansion with new state taxes in a capital that is mostly loath to raise taxes.
This creates new taxes, though, right? I mean, there's no way around that.
It creates some opportunities for some additional funding, yes.
The funding would be for expanded transit, projects that are unspecified now, but with funding that's now very specific. It imposes a 50-cent per ride tax on rideshare services like Lyft and Uber, plus a 50-cent tax on taxis and limo services, and it adds a penny sales tax on concession sales at the Atlanta airport. All this would raise $40 million per year for mass transit expansion, according to the bill sponsor.
And the good thing about this is the people paying for that will be the people also utilizing the services within the region.
State Representative Kevin Tanner says the state has declined thus far to impose sales taxes on rideshare services. The 50-cent per ride surcharge, he says, is a bargain.
It's much more cost effective for them than having to pay sales tax.
The question is whether the rideshare services will push back on this tax, but the real question is whether Georgia lawmakers seeking re-election this year would have the stomach for anything that has the whiff of new taxes. At the Capitol, Doug Richards, 11Alive News.
We like this poll. We like this vote in real time, and we are checking it out right now. I'm going to peer through it right now. 61% say yes, 39 to 40% are saying no. So we want to hear your thoughts. You can keep the conversation going by voting in our poll on 11alive.com/vote. Melissa, I like that.
It's nice to see your thoughts in real time. Yes, absolutely. In less than 2 hours from now, Marietta City Council will vote on a hands-free driving bill. You would be allowed to answer a call, hang up a call, or open a navigational app. But for everything else, you must use voice commands. Texting would obviously still be illegal. And if you can't follow the rules, guess what? You will get a $150 fine. Sound familiar? Well, the measure is almost exactly like Smyrna's hands-free driving law. That passed last month, and it was the first city in our state to have a law like this. State lawmakers are considering a similar bill right now at the Capitol.
Right now, a carjacker is on the run after hiding out and surprising a mother inside her SUV as she drove from Decatur to Atlanta. Police think that he somehow or other got into her open garage door and then he hung out. He waited in her vehicle and waited for that perfect opportunity. Caitlin Ross now has the story of this mother who got away.
The woman was driving here under the Krog Street tunnel, and the man waited to strike until she got in the dark. It was once she was under the tunnel that he popped out of the back seat, demanding her car. The woman's daughter told me she threw her car into park and got out as fast as she could. A passing Lyft driver saw the woman, picked her up, and they chased the man. However, the suspect was too fast and ended up getting away. The woman then went to APD Zone 6, where she reported the theft.
It's a very bizarre case. We're definitely concerned about the individual that committed the crime because it's very brazen, very bold.
This whole thing is so scary because the man was inside her car for more than 25 minutes in the back seat with her daughter before he decided to strike. APD says they're still on the lookout for the car and the suspect, but so far they don't have any leads.
I'm meteorologist Chris Holcomb from the 11Alive Storm Trackers. Mainly dry so far for Valentine's Day, but we're tracking a couple of light showers in North Georgia. More of that back into Alabama. A couple of these could dampen your Valentine's evening plans. I'll talk more about it in just a bit.
Plus a perilous turn on an icy Olympic track on the minds of athletes ahead of tonight's skeleton event. Cheryl Preheim is live once again from Pyeongchang. That's coming up.